Many thousands of years ago, before the dawn of civilization, before history and the written word, in a time when giant beasts roamed the land, and the world was cold and harsh, and mankind lived in small villages and groups and tribes. There were no words for the life that describes us today. There were only words that could be descriptions of experiences, actions. And most communication among us was a gesture. Sounds that had no meaning, but still we communicated. And we told our stories. We acted out the hunt. And everyone was amused, and everyone was entertained, and everyone was amazed at the campfire stories. And we began to develop ideas and concepts beyond just our physical world. Began to grow. And from that came civilization. We began to group together in larger numbers. We began to learn from each other. We began to show each other how to live, to express ideas that didn't exist before our time. And as our civilizations grew in number, we began to overlap. We began to exchange these ideas and these concepts and these inventions, these creations that all originated within the human mind. Creativity, inspiration, intelligence beyond our capabilities. But the problem existed that with all the words and all the descriptions and all of the inventions and creations and imagination of mankind, we had no way of transferring this other than with just the spoken word. The spoken word was not enough. So we began to create again. We began to imagine again. We began to break down our languages and our descriptions and our words into symbols. symbols that represented ideas, concepts, and our imagination, our stories. And so the written word came to be. Not just in one, but in many cultures throughout the earth. But access to these written words, these parchments, these ideas, these concepts, these inventions of the mind could only be accessed by a few. A few that had knowledge, the ability to read and to write, or to possess a parchment or a book or a scroll. And after thousands and thousands and thousands of years of development, invention and creation, we came to the point that we were able to produce these scribbles, these writings, these symbols in mass. And we began to learn and to teach the writing, the reading. And we began to distribute these ideas and these concepts and these histories and these stories and science and nature. And suddenly it became available to many, 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 many people, and each in their own mind would interpret, would remember these things. And they began to pass on from generation to generation. So now, availability of information and expression are infinite. So what does your imagination hold? Where can you describe the future you that does not yet exist?